Hi, welcome. Today's video is brought to you by Mel Robbins, Kirk Duncan, and Daily Ohm, and then also Sarah D. I am the messenger today. I'm going to talk a little bit about walls. Here's a little wall representation over here. It's kind of hard to see because of the light, but anyway, this is a wall over here, and it's a brick wall. It's supposed to be a brick wall. Okay, so there's that wall. Anyway, and over here we've got this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's from Mel Robbins, and she was just recently talking about this little circle that she got from somewhere, and I didn't get that written down, so that's also from somebody else. We have so much information at our fingertips. It's wonderful, and it's so much good information, and it's also a lot. So I'm going to try to put some things together in a nutshell for you. Maybe it won't have to take you to listen to all the different things that I listen to. So if you want to get over a wall, what is a wall? A wall is something that is difficult for you for whatever reason. Sometimes the reason is you are feeling very small. This is a little small person here. And in feeling very small, you don't think you're big enough to be able to surmount that wall. How could you jump over it? How could you go through it? It's way thicker than you. So it's very difficult when you have a small opinion of yourself to be able to move through a wall, to be able to get over a wall, under or around. If you don't have the mental ability, belief, you're going to just sit down and not do it. Feel discouraged. And Mel Robbins says, when you have a wall or something that you want to do, that you know you need to do, but it's hard, say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stand up and go try. So you try, you take action. There's your first step. First step, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up, just try. Whatever idea's in your head, you just do it. It's probably gonna be a really bad idea, but you do it. May not be the best idea. Maybe it'll be the best idea. Probably not though. So you do it, and well, lo and behold, you fail. You fail, you fail, you fail, and then maybe you get even smaller here, right? You get smaller because you fail, so you even get a smaller opinion of yourself because you tried. It's like, oh man, I can't try again. I just failed really big. But if when you fail, you say, well, okay, that is information. I took action, which was good. I tried, I took action, that was good. I failed. The action I took didn't work for some reason. Let me assess. What are the reasons? How was I feeling when I did it? Was I getting any help? Did I get the help I needed? Was the wind going the wrong direction? So if you say you're trying to fly a kite, the kite didn't fly. Whatever. Was it in the middle of a snowstorm? Whatever. Get the information you can from what you did. And you've gained experience from making that effort, taking that action, failing. You've gained experience, you've learned a lesson from it. Now that's really kind of key. What lesson are you going to learn? Are you going to learn, I'm too small and I can't try again? Or are you going to learn, well, I shouldn't be flying a kite in the middle of a snowstorm. I should wait maybe until March or April. Wait until maybe it's not going to be snowing again. So then, maybe you wait till then to try again. Whatever. You get the information that you can from your failure to achieve the mark you were going for. Just because you fail to achieve the mark you are going for or you went for does not mean you are a failure. Your actions do not define who you are. I think there was a Batman show that said that was so, and it is not so. You are not what you do. What you do can affect your opinion of yourself and other people's opinion of you, but what you do, they don't know your intent, and you just may be terrible at executing your ideas. And so you need to keep failing enough to learn the right lesson to be able to execute better, to be able to take action that is going to get the results you want. So your belief in yourself will just keep growing and getting bigger as opposed to getting smaller, because each time you'll get a little bit closer. You'll get to be a really tall person here. Somebody capable who believes they're capable of getting over that wall, that problem. And one way that you can do that, this is from the Daily Ohm thing I told you I was going to share with you. I actually can't find where the writing is, but it's okay. What it is basically is that you write 5 things down about you that you like. That's hard, huh? That's difficult. Now, okay, so if that's difficult, maybe only write 1 good thing. Or maybe think about the things you like about other people and think, well, okay, if I can see that in them. A lot of times when you recognize something good in somebody else, it's because you have that quality in yourself, because life is a mirror. We can't really see what we don't already believe in some fashion. It's connected some way. Another way is that you can also write some of the things you don't like about yourself and find out how being stubborn is a good thing, because how you can turn being stubborn into, well, but I'm going to keep trying until I get better, as opposed to I'm stubborn, I'm just not going to do that, I'm not going to do that. So it depends on how you use the qualities you already possess in abundance or in a strength, in a strong way. Not everything you see as negative has to be negative. I think that makes sense, maybe. I'm not going to harp on it a lot. So there's a song I wrote a long time ago called Up Against a Wall. And it goes, I usually play on the guitar, but I'm going to play on the piano today. We'll see how it goes. Then I'll talk about it just a little bit more, and then I'm going to be done. Maybe it will be a pretty kind of short one. Against a wall again, I should call it home. Each day not to break, I've been silently alone. In my mind resistance threatens my resolve to leave this place familiar. Up against the wall, up against the wall again, I should call it home. Each day not to break, I've been silently alone. My head is bruised and swollen, I've hit it so much. No matter what I do, it's not enough to liberate me from this familiar place. Where I go to sleep, where I wake, I even tried and tried again to rise above the belief that I'm not enough. Up against the wall again, I should call it home. Each day not to break, I've been silently alone. Chalkboard screech in my veins, nerves cry for reprieve, as I try to make the world a better place to be. I'm certain when I die, the same will still hold true. I will be who I am and you'll be you. I'm certain when I die, the same will still hold true. I will be where I am, no matter what I do. Up against the wall again, up against the wall again. Are you? Are you up against a wall? Last week I talked about my 5 boxes back here. And so if you're up against a wall and you stop, and there's actually another wall you could go through if you wanted to. Sometimes you can shift and say, well, this wall is maybe a little bit too much for me right now, but I think if I did this, I'd be able to get through that wall. And then you could use that success to build your belief in yourself to eventually be able to get over the bigger wall that you're wanting to get through. Sometimes we try to do too much, and I know that there are others who are making you feel like you have to do too much. But if you do too much and you die in the process, your soul dies. What have you got? What's most important? Is it most important that you get over the wall they want you to get over? Or that you have some kind of peace and sense of well-being in your soul and in the relationships with your family and your friends? And the most important relationship, the one you have with yourself. You come into this world alone, and you cry like a baby, and you go out of the world alone. You labor to come into the world with your mother. You labor to live in the world, be able to get over the walls, be able to learn. And I don't know if you've ever seen anybody die, but I had the blessing and the curse of seeing my mother die. And it was a labor. And even though she was surrounded by many of her children, she died alone. We must be our best advocate, or life is empty. Because we'll persecute ourselves, and we'll tell ourselves we're never going to get over that wall. So my hope for you and my hope for me is that I can get the persecutor out of my head, and you can get the persecutor or the gang that is saying the different things that they say to us, and that we can reinsert those 5 things about us that we admire. One last thing, if I wish I could show this to you, one of my little grandchildren just learned to crawl. He's been trying for quite a while, and he had a little Spider-Man stance. You know how Spider-Man is like this, and one hand down here, and one is straight, and the one knee is bent. That's kind of what he would do, because he didn't want to bend both knees at the same time. But I was shown a video today. They sent me a video today. Excuse me. And he can crawl now. I mean, he's crawling. He's starting it. He's been trying for so long. And man, I swear, if I showed you a video, you'd be exhausted doing what he's been doing. All of the full body movements that he's been doing to just try to figure out how to crawl. And it's that kind of determination that is required throughout our life. And he inspired me. And I hope this little post inspires you to not stay up against the wall, and not think that because you are up against a wall again that you're a failure, because you're not. There are more than 5 walls. There are walls all over the place. There are always going to be challenges, and we're always going to have to. We can engage the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing that Mel Robbins talks about. You can look that up if you're interested. I'm not going to go into what that is or why she came about with that or was given that, but try it. We try. And then we fail, and then we learn, and then we try, and we fail, and that's what he was doing. And now he can crawl. And I know that I messed up in that song a bit, and I learned in gymnastics that you just keep going. Because if you go back and you try to do it, then you get even more points docked off. So anyway, life is moving. Let's keep moving. Let's get through those walls. Let's just try again. If at first we don't succeed, try again. I'm Sarah D. Let's make it a great day for us, because we have to be with us, no matter where we are, and no matter what stage of life we are in.